Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Push to Pass F1 podcast. This is our Australian Grand Prix review after the first race weekend of the 2026 season. And what a weekend it was, and plenty to talk about, I think. It's quite fair to say.
It was like a new F1, I thought. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I think a lot has come out about it. I think people have got plenty of opinions on it, and people think different, especially, obviously, the first time we've seen the cars on the race weekend, and the first time we've sort of had any real on-track action. First thing I think we need to talk about is the new cars.
Yeah.
Are you a fan or not?
I am. I have stayed away from people's opinions on purpose because I really enjoyed the weekend. And I know there'll be people out there that won't have, because you're never going to please everyone. And I don't want to be influenced by other people's opinions, because I think face value, I really enjoyed it.
Well, we had a listener who got involved, Mr. Sam Hill.
Oh, right, yeah.
The infamous Sam Hill asked whether we think it's good, our thoughts on the new regs, and whether we should sacrifice like the slower cars for good racing.
I think it's a must. I think that's why they've done it, to be honest.
I love them. I think the new cars are sick.
Yeah, I will say Sam Hill did get in contact with me over the weekend.
Not Sam Hill.
And we did briefly speak about it. It is a strange concept of an engine losing power while the driver's still inputting full throttle.
Yeah.
I've not quite got my head around that, but me and Sam did speak about it, and I think it's one of those things that once the drivers kind of nuance the skill and they know where to kind of input the battery and where not to, I think that's something that is going to get more refined through the years.
I think George and Charles pretty much epitomised it, of the sense of the more you do it, the better it's going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to get more like used. The battery is huge. Like we saw off the start, and we'll go on to the start, because that might have generally been the weirdest race start I've ever seen. But like, you can see how much, like in years gone by, you know the battery would make a difference, but the battery this year is probably the biggest part of a driver's like tools to battle with.
I think so. It's a bit like Formula E now, isn't it?
It is.
Which is, kind of the way of the world, isn't it? Should have expected it.
Yeah, it was always going to go down this route of more electric, because obviously they've got like their net zero stuff and all that, and it was always going to go this way. It's just how F1 did it. But I think I really like the new cars.
The racing and the overtakes were great. There were so many like round the outside. I know that's the nature of the track as well.
I have a stat for you.
Oh, go on then.
Last year, the Australian Grand Prix had a grand total of 45 overtakes.
That's dire.
This year, we had 120.
That's brilliant.
And in the 2025 season, on average, a race had 30 overtakes.
That is such a good return to over double, nearly triple the amount of overtakes. If they can carry that on.
In a track which is famously not hard to overtake, but not the easiest.
No, I mean, it's still a street circuit at the end of the day. So, go to a proper track. Yeah, a proper track. Then you're going to get...
Got a Silverstone.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know about Silverstone, though, because of the long straights. It might...
I think the big tell is going to be this weekend.
Yeah?
In a track which I think is horrific. And I think tracks like this, tracks like Miami...
Yeah.
It'll be... Even tracks like Suzuka, which we go to in a few weeks' time. Those tracks which are famously hard to overtake in, if we see these sort of numbers, it's a positive.
I wonder... A bit about the straights is, like somewhere like Vegas. Just, do you kind of lose? It's almost like that sort of track is now redundant. Like the reason they were brought in is because cars were struggling to overtake, so you needed these long straights. Yeah. Now the cars can actually corner. Are we just having tractors?
I think Baku will be the biggest one. But I also think the difference is with those tracks that have the longer, like straight sections, and the longer, you think like Monza, even Spa, the rest of the lap is, you could probably get away with saving your battery a bit. And I think that's where it's going to become a lot more tactical.
Yeah, Spa and Monza will be fine because they're proper racetracks.
Proper.
Yeah.
But I do have one complaint about these cars.
Yeah?
It ruins onboard footage.
Why?
Did you see did you watch qualifying?
No, I watched the highlights. I didn't watch it
I've
live.
never watched a qualifying session, and you watch an onboard, and you're like, he's like pitting it. He's like, he could pull this in the wall at any minute. When they get into an end of a straight and you can hear the car slowing down, it just ruins it.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I have seen on boards of the race, and you just kind of hear it die off, and it is bizarre. It's something that I think we'd just have to get used to. But I'm willing to sacrifice it for racing.
Ooh, also, a point that I made from the weekend, and I've seen a lot of it online. Do you think it's time for F1 to have some new commentators?
I'm not that bothered.
I'm not, because I like Martin, especially, obviously it's different wherever country you're in. But for Sky in the UK, we have obviously Martin Brundle and Crofty. I like Martin Brundle. I'm a bit on Crofty.
Yeah, Crofty gets loads of stick, but I don't really mind.
No, people are always very quick to...
I always think, who are you going to bring in?
Jacques Villeneuve, but get him in.
Someone that I would like to see take up a comms role, a bit like the Martin Brundle arc, if he ever sacks it off, is Jenson Button.
Yeah, he does a few throughout the year, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because they wrote sometimes Martin's not there and sometimes Crofty's not there, so they sort of rotate him in. Like, you'll have either Jenson, Jacques Villeneuve, or James Benjamin. Is that his name?
I'm useless.
Like, he's he used to do the commentary. He might still do it. The commentary for BBC. Their like radio coverage, and he's really good.
I know voices, but if you say like the names, I'm just like, I don't know. Because I don't pay attention to the commentary.
I
really.
like the F1 TV guy. I think that's Alex Jacks. He used to do F2.
Oh, I know who you're on about. There.
I like him. He's very good. But yeah, it's just something I saw a lot of online, and just want to get your thoughts on it. So let's get into the weekend. Let's start with. We won't start with practice because no one really cares about it. Start with qualifying. Yeah. Obviously, big talking point. Mr. Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Decided to go rallying.
Well, strange crash. He doesn't know what went on. Has more news come out about it? Or?
From what I've seen online, it was a lot to do with basically the battery, because it was the start of a lap. He almost had too much stored, and he wasn't like dispersing any energy into his brakes. So when he just braked, all of the energy just went to his rears.
I see.
Because as soon as it happened, like, Martin Brundle was like, "That's not driver error at all."
Yeah, I thought it was lockup. Well, it was lockup, but I thought it was over the bumps going to braking.
Yeah, the initial thing a lot of people said was like, "Oh, has he touched the curb or has he touched like the paint or something?" Because we've seen that before. But something like this, it happened to Stroll in testing as well.
Yeah, I feel like when it's Max and the car control, he's not going to be going off like that.
No, and also his reaction, he was just sort of like, "Oh yeah, fair enough."
Yeah.
If it was Max, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, sorry," but he was just like, "No, don't."
Yeah.
But also, we look at qualifying as a whole, quite an interesting little thing. It seemed to be drivers were taking a lot more flying laps.
I've seen that people have said that it's ruined quali.
I don't think
the new cars.
No, I don't think it has.
I don't think it has either. I think people are just looking at the times. But to me, the times make no odds to me. I don't care if a car is going 3 seconds slower than it did last year, because it's still fast. It's still faster than I could ever go. And it's still fast in relation to what everyone else is doing.
My thing has always been that for years, I think since probably 2017, F1 cars have almost been too quick. In the sense of the whole sport changed from racing to chasing lap times, and we were like, every year we'd break track records, and then we had the ground effect era, and that sort of slowed down track records, but like sectors and corners, you were getting like new top speeds on.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there's room for that. It's called Formula One. It's that is where all the best engineering is supposed to come, and then it trickles down. I understand, and it's great to see people push the limits, but it was ruining the product.
Yeah.
So there was something had to change. Yeah, I don't think there was quite a buzz to qualifying as there was before, but sometimes I'd only watch a weekend for qualifying because I knew that the race would be gash.
Well, you do that for Monaco, don't you?
Yeah.
Monaco, I'd comfortably say I'd watch qualifying more than I've watched the race.
I'm hoping Monaco is going to be a new lease of life because of these cars.
That'll be the big test.
To be honest, I still don't think so. But
there's some things you could, like, it's obviously hypothetical. We don't know what's going to happen, and Monaco could be like the best race of the year, but it's whether it's the fundamentals of the track need changing rather than the car.
Yeah, I mean, that's a debate for another day because I don't agree with you.
Shock.
Yeah.
We did this when we ranked tracks. I mean, you had like a 20-minute debate about Monaco.
Yeah, no, we won't get into it.
One person I do want to talk about in terms of qualifying and in terms of the weekend on a whole, Mr. Arvid Lindblad.
Yeah, he's a world beater.
He is class.
He's gonna be top.
I don't care if he could retire tomorrow. I think he is class.
I think it's his attitude as well. Just his interview afterwards.
Yeah, he just seems like a nice guy.
He was just kind of like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was along the lines of, I'm here, I've worked hard to be here, I'm not listening to the noise. I'm just going to do what I can.
Fair play if you say that and you can back it up, fair play. Don't do what Yuki did and be like, I'm going to be class, and then just be absolute gash.
Yeah.
He's like, don't listen to pressure, and then never do anything.
Yeah.
In terms of, before we go into, obviously, our driver ratings and stuff like that, the performance gap didn't seem too big, apart from Mercedes and Ferrari, in my opinion. I think Mercedes and Ferrari are far clearer than what everyone expected.
I agree from this weekend, but I wouldn't read into it yet. I think it's too soon.
Hey, the kebab wing might be coming to China.
Yeah?
I saw a thing this morning that apparently they're going to sort of bring it, even though it's not really finished, they're going to try it at China.
I think you need a sample size of five races to get a true hierarchy of where people are. I mean, immediately, I don't think Alpine are as good as people were saying.
No, I think that was just testing hype. I mean, they're an okay midfield car, and they're towards the back of the midfield.
I want them gone. Just something, I don't know, I'm so not moved by that at all. Audi were good.
Audi was surprisingly good.
Honestly, really
especially
impressive.
our boy.
Yeah, I mean, Hulkenberg broke down.
Yeah, it didn't start, but they also said that was like they said they lost communication with his car, which usually means they've lost like the tracking and that. So I think that was more of a safety thing of this. They didn't feel like they could send him out.
But Bortoleto was very good. Proper steady weekend.
We've been saying it all along.
I know. Q3 in their first race is very good.
All I'm saying is I might genuinely be the oracle because my Red Bull prediction's already coming true.
What was your Red Bull prediction?
I do not trust that engine at all, and it's already gone bang.
Oh, yeah, I was gutted. I was gutted for Hadjar.
The EcoBoost is already gone.
He's like slowly becoming my favourite. I mean, he'll never be the favourite, but
he was class though.
Yeah. No, he showed a good account of himself.
Like qualified P3?
Qualified P3.
Out-qualified both McLarens, out-qualified Lewis and the Ferrari in probably a car that maybe the McLaren, so you would back.
I'd say they're fourth best.
I think sorry, Lando Norris fangirls, but you might start crying now because it's not going to be a good year for them, in my opinion.
Nah, I think it'll be fun.
Apparently, they're not happy with Mercedes, from what I've seen.
No?
Apparently, they're not happy because Mercedes aren't telling them a lot about their power unit.
Yeah, but we're like one round in.
But also, go make your own power unit then.
Yeah, I have always wondered that a little bit. I don't know why they don't bother. Like, do you remember they were having problems with like the Honda engine, and this is like end of JB.
Mate, McLaren and Honda were class.
They were awful.
They were shocking. Yeah. It's probably the worst engine combo I can remember.
You had me doubting myself then. I was like, no, I swear they were absolutely awful.
It was when they used to have the orange and black.
Yeah.
And they went through that weird, really dark black chrome sort of era.
I was going to say that was the last of the chrome, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it Jensen and Alonso?
Yeah, in 2016 and 2017 when Fernando pretty much just spent every weekend calling on the Formula 2 car.
Yeah, that was a sidetrack. But yeah, I've always wondered why they don't bother kind of developing an engine. There must be a reason.
They've been Mercedes since like before they went to McLaren. They've been Mercedes since like the 90s, 2000s, and then they went to McLaren. And no, they didn't go to McLaren. They went to Honda, and I always thought it probably because Mercedes were sort of on the back foot. They were probably a bit more willing, but I think it's more of a Mercedes playing a bit of a power card, being like, if you want to be a title rival with us, accept it or go and make your own engine.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you're going to do that. You're not going to be like, oh, do you know what, I'm in a title fight. Do you want every bit of information possible to get like the best from this engine?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But also it is one round.
Yeah.
They might give him a care package in 2 rounds' time.
Someone might be on fraud watch.
Mate. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't stay up for it, because if I'd stayed up for it and seen that he got crashed out before the lights went out, I'd have just gone back to bed anyway.
Why are you going that quick on your reconnaissance lap?
Do you know, it's just one of those, isn't it? In hindsight, you'd change a million things. But it does happen.
I've seen Max do it. I've seen Charles Leclerc do it. I've seen Hajar's done it. It's not a common thing, but it's not a completely alienated thing that you'll never see in F1.
Yeah, it's just a shame that he did it on the first corner at his home GP.
Literally the first bit he had to actually push for, which he didn't have to push for. Clip the curb, smashes into the wall.
It's not great. Oh, I love his helmet design though.
There are some good helmets this year. I will give them
Yeah.
F1 that.
We'll have to do a little episode on that, or a little segment on that.
And last thing from the race, I'd just say Aston Martin pretty much turned it into testing, and Cadillac might genuinely be the slowest car I've ever seen.
I mean, we knew that had happened.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of hope there with testing, but I was very reserved because
the car just fell apart at random parts.
Yeah.
The wing mirrors are coming off. At one point, Perez's barge board just flew off, and then he finished P16, and they're like, "Well done, you've made history." And he was like, "Yeah, great. The car's awful."
Yeah. Bottas was out.
Yeah,
He was slow.
And I predicted him to be better than Perez.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Perez wipes the floor with him.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But to go well anyway.
Oh, as well. You know that thing that they stuck in Antonelli's car? I can't remember what it is.
The cooling
Do
device.
you see how many pieces it went into? I thought that was really interesting.
I always just thought they were over glorified leaf blowers, I can't lie.
Mate, I reckon they're worth a few.
Well, they probably are, because a lot of them are they use, dry ice, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And quite a few of them are just packed with that, and they just blow the air from it.
But is it carbon fibre?
I'd imagine.
Did you see when he ran over it and
it just exploded?
Oh, it was good. It was satisfying.
But also, how'd you leave that in a car?
That's poor. That is poor. That's some F1 movie sort of stuff, isn't it? That one girl that they always blamed in the film for everything going wrong.
Speaking of the F1 movie, the sequel has been confirmed.
What are they going to call it?
Well, Ted Kravitz thought they were going to call it F1 2 or F1 12.
Because like you're saying, you can't call it F1 2. That sounds stupid.
Well,
and you can't call it F2.
It hasn't officially been confirmed, but apparently at press thing, Lewis was like, it's he pretty much confirmed it without confirming it. He was like, yeah, it's in the works. We've started thing. I'm still the producer and stuff. And they've put on I don't know if it's their official Instagram or whether it's a parody thing, but apparently they've made a account about an F2 team. So whether they're going to do
they are going to call it F2.
Whether they do a bit of a
mate, it's going to be Sunny Hayes' son.
Sunny Hayes. Rainy Hayes.
I think they'll just go for F1, the day of reckoning.
Yeah. Well, apparently they want to bring Tom Cruise in because he did an IndyCar film.
Behave. What, another guy who's in his 60s nearly?
Yeah, and they've all
posing as a 25-year-old.
I'm 63 when I'm playing a 14-year-old.
Anyway.
Right. Driver ratings. I can't remember the top 10. I will get it up now.
Yeah.
Did I have anything else? No, I think we've pretty much covered everything. Yeah. Also, apparently, Kimi Antonelli and Isaac Hadjar have leaked that Bahrain and Saudi are going to be cancelled.
I saw that. They were on a plane or something.
Yeah, and they were just... And Isaac was like, well, there's 2 more races. There are 2 less races for you to win. And Kimi was like, you're not meant to say that.
I feel like it's... that could be fake, but also, what else are they supposed to do at this point?
Apparently, the reason behind them sort of... Not cancel, obviously no reason behind cancelling it, but the reason they're going to make a decision soon is because they want to organise whether they can do a double header in Japan and keep it to 23.
Why Japan, of all places?
Well, their reasoning is they can't organise a replacement race quick enough. which I sort of get, because if you say to someone, well, what was it now? It's like the start of March. And the so the Bahrain Grand Prix is the 10th to the 12th of April, and then Saudi is a week after that. So it's literally a month's time pretty much from today. You'd sort of have to tell people, like, oh, we're going to Imola. Now you've got to try buy tickets in like a month.
Yeah.
And try organise everything. So I just don't think it's feasible for them. But also we said last week, like, you can cut 2 and just do a double header somewhere, and you sort of make up for it because we have 24 races. It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not the end of the world by any means, but I don't know if I'd want to see a double header in Japan. I like Suzuka.
It's just not a double header track, is it?
Not really. Actually, it might be different now, though.
Yeah.
Last year, I thought Suzuka was pants.
What's after them? Because wherever they go... It's wherever they go to Miami.
I'll be quite disappointed to lose Bahrain, mind.
I will. I always like the Bahrain Grand Prix. Because it's just... it usually delivers.
It's a proper track.
Proper track, like Silverstone.
It is a proper
It's not
track.
Brands Hatch.
No, it is, though. It's, built for cars.
Oh, really?
Well, it sounds stupid, but a lot of them aren't. So.
No, they're not. Because you lot like to ride motorbikes around. You ruin everything. The top 10 from the Australian Grand Prix was, from 10th place, Pierre Gasly, Gabriel Bortoleto in 9th, Arvid Lindblad in 8th, Ollie Bearman in 7th, Max Verstappen in 6th, Lando Norris in 5th, Hamilton 4th, Leclerc 3rd, Antonelli 2nd, and Jorge Russell in 1st. So, 10th, Pierre Gasly. The most Pierre Gasly performance of all time.
Yeah.
Had a fight with Esteban Ocon, got points.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was nice to see them together, though.
I think Haas and Alpine, especially in the early part of the season, because I think Haas might pull away towards the end, I think they might be quite a good sort of midfield battle to watch. Because Alpine actually have a good engine now.
Yeah, I just don't like him, though.
You just don't like Flavio. We discovered this last week.
I don't like Colapinto either.
Why?
I've gone right off him.
Did a McDonald's advert the other day.
Did he?
Yeah.
What, for like South America or something?
Yeah, he did an Argentinian McDonald's advert.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a 3-way fight, wasn't it, at one point?
Yeah. It was just sort of Ocon, Bearman and
It's all right, isn't it?
Gasly. Because Colapinto was being Colapinto at the back of the grid.
Yeah. You just give it like an 8? No, 7?
An 8?
Well, yeah, because it's Alpine.
I'd give him like a 6.
All right.
It's 10th. He hasn't chucked on the podium.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, speaking of Alpine, do you see what Alex Dunn did?
Mate, and do you see the radio afterwards?
Get him into F1, please.
I thought that he's going to lose a lot of like fans over that. I mean, he's not going to care either way. But
No, he won't.
he was like, that was bad. I don't know how he thought that wasn't his fault.
He put an apology out on Instagram afterwards. Pretty much just being like, yeah, in the heat of the moment, I said it wasn't my fault, but it was definitely my fault. And like everyone was like, yeah, we kind of knew.
And then he was like, oh, that's how this is going to be this year, is it? He'll never finish in front of me again. It's like, right, he's going to make it his life's mission to just take him out every race.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it and you're watching at home, please go watch Alex Dunn's entire racing career highlights, and he might be past Maldonado too.
He is entertaining.
Oh, he's pure chaos.
Yeah.
Get him in F1 tomorrow. P9, Gabriel Bortoleto.
I think this is an 8.
I think it's very good because I thought that Audi was going to be utter pants.
Yeah, I think it's an 8, at least.
I'll give her an 8.5.
Yeah.
Just to beat you. Yeah, I think, especially from testing, Audi weren't looking too great. Their engine was looking a bit flaky, a bit flimsy. Didn't know how it was going to hold up in terms of reliability and everything, but they look pretty good all weekend. I don't think there's anything.
Also, and I don't care what you say, that livery's really nice.
It looks better on track.
I really like it.
I like the Microsoft paint.
I even looked at their merch and everything because I like the colours.
Does it have Revolut everywhere?
Probably, yeah. Like, at the front, it'll be like there. It'll be on the back. It'll be on the side.
love Revolut, Audi, RS3.
But yeah, I'm very happy. I just think he's going to kick on loads as well.
Q3?
Yeah, they were Q3.
Q3 and Audi's mental. I think he's going to kick on loads.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to start to appreciate him a bit more. Like last year, he got a lot of plaudits and people were like, oh, he's a very good driver and whatnot. But I think people are going to slowly warm up to the fact he's a very big talent for the future.
Quick interlude. Just as I was walking in, I saw something on Instagram. I don't know how true it was because I didn't look at the account.
Not like you.
But apparently, This is 2024 negotiations. Carlos Sainz Sr. begged Junior to take the Audi contract because he thought at this point Audi would be more competitive than Williams.
Well, that's the other thing we sort of forgot about.
Obviously, he signed for Williams. Audi finished 43 seconds ahead.
Williams look pants. They look really bad.
So,
and everything was put towards 2026.
Carlos Sainz will not be there next year.
I think he dropped the ball as soon as he didn't. I think any driver on the grid should have snapped up that Audi drive. Not only we could come back next week after China and they'd be last by like 30 seconds. But I think with like we saw when Lewis went to Mercedes, a name like an Audi, a name like a Mercedes, a Ferrari, a McLaren, anything like that, even if they're towards the backfield, just the weight that a manufacturer holds, they're going to be good, which is why I think Toyota will buy Haas.
100%. And like a name like Audi doesn't go in F1 to be at the back.
They don't go.
Does damage to their brand. They won't be at the back for long.
They don't go into motorsport to be at the back.
No.
Everywhere they've gone in motorsport, they've won.
Yeah.
And they've always been good. But yeah, Gabriel Bortoleto, I'll give him a 8.5.
Yeah. Okay.
P8, Arvid Lindblad.
Yeah, I think we'll get used to this, but context-wise, first race, good quality. I'm going to give him like a 9.
I was going to say a 9. You can't knock him at all. Don't get me wrong. Like, at one point, he was battling for third place. And fair play, he had no right to do that whatsoever. And, like, the car looks pretty good.
They're, sixth best?
I'd say they're probably close to fifth.
Yeah.
They're not far off that best of the rest, in my opinion.
Lawson wasn't great, was he?
Lawson finished. Oh. No, he No, it was an interesting weekend. He was good in quality, just in the race he sort of fell apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think V-Carb and Haas, which is a sentence I never thought I'd put together, might genuinely be the battle of the midfield.
Yeah.
Because I thought Williams would be in there, but they clearly just doing what they want to do at that.
It was a bit like that last year, to be fair. I think Williams will come round, but it was just a bad weekend.
Bad weekend indeed. Yeah, I'll give him a 9. P7, Ollie Behrman.
Kind of carried on from last year, really.
He's just class, isn't he?
Yeah. It was that battle with Gasly for a bit and kind of worked his way through.
He had a little scrap with Max, when Max was coming back through.
Yeah.
He had a bit of, obviously, a fight with Lindblad, but he just looks mature now.
Mature.
I think last year that he was quite guilty of a few times still looking a bit like raw and a bit like unrefined and a bit rash.
Yeah, right, when he crashed in the pit lane and all sorts, didn't he?
Yeah, and like he just never really not filled me with confidence. You couldn't back him to be consistent at like the midfield part of last
I don't
year.
mind that though. That's what that first year's for.
Yeah,
I think it's important now he kind of cements himself in the top 10.
That's just being a rookie, innit?
Yeah.
You're going to be a bit, not dodgy, but like a bit.
Green.
Yeah, a bit inconsistent, but natural. Yeah, I will give him an 8.
I'll give him a 7.5 just because I think this is going to be the new normal.
Do you think? Yeah, but I agree with you. P6, Max Verstappen. Started 20th.
Yeah, he did start 20th, but I've just got high expectations.
I'll give him because the qualifying wasn't his fault, I'll give him an 8.5.
Yeah, I am being harsh, really, because
if he had done a Piastri and just put it in the wall in qualifying purely on his own, I'd be like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but
you can mark him down for that, but you kind of can't.
He's very negative about these cars, though.
Max is always negative.
Negative Nancy, isn't he? Just always relentless like that. He's a bit petulant. You can't just move on. Like every single thing I've seen, he's had to mention that he doesn't like the car.
But also, isn't that a bit of him probably complaining his car's not quick enough?
Yeah, it will be. Because if they were top of the regs, he'd be like, oh, they're all right.
George and Charles aren't complaining, are they? But Max and Lando are.
Yeah, no, 100%. I just think, just give it a rest. He's doing the 24-hour, though, which is cool.
Of?
Nordschleife.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
What, like real life or?
Yeah.
Because I know he does a lot on the
Yeah, he is.
simulator.
So that's cool. He gets.
I think that's class. I think more drivers should be encouraged to do that.
I want him to do all sorts because I know he would.
He said, I think he said over the off season he wants to do the 24 of Le Mans with Alonso.
Yeah, I want him to like do Indy as well, like Indy 500 if he wanted to.
They would pay enough to have it, especially with the thing between him and what's his name? Who was there's a NASCAR and IndyCar driver who reckoned he was better than Max.
Never.
Yeah, that's blow my head now. And I watched the Indy 500 last year, and he literally crashed under a safety car. And I was like, "You think you're better than him?" It's mental. I can't remember his name. Everyone like.
Was he American?
Oh, of course. And everyone in America is like, "Yes, man, you would beat Max Verstappen, man. Like he would never survive in an IndyCar or NASCAR."
Yeah, turning left.
Wow, impressive.
Yeah,
I think Max 8.5.
Yeah, I agree.
5th place, Lando Norris.
Did
Honest to
nothing
God,
all
you
weekend.
could have not put him in the car, and I generally would not mark him down any less.
You just like he's very
was just-
invisible, wasn't he?
He has become the George Russell of last year, just with less result. Remember how we said George could literally do nothing and it would be like P5, P4?
Yeah,
I'm getting that vibe from Lando this year.
and like you said last week, there's been no hype about him like defending his championship. I didn't really hear anything really.
No. People like I rewatched the race last night and people were like, I was watching it and even Crofty was like, "Oh, Lando Norris in P5." Anyway.
Yeah.
And if it's just I think they might look, they've typically, apart from last year, they've been slow starters. They've never really hit the ground running in many seasons. They've tended to get to about the like the European legs, and then they start to pick up performance because they can develop the car. Whether that's the same this year,
I think so. I think they'll definitely be getting upgrades.
I hope so, because otherwise my predictions are going to be gash. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10.
It's a bit generous, really.
Really?
We did nothing.
Yeah, but he didn't put in the wall like someone else.
No, but what expectations on the floor? Gets like 6 points because he didn't put it in the wall. I'll give him like a 5.5.
Wow, you are harsh. P4, Lewis Hamilton.
Brilliant.
We're back.
Yes. 10.
Honestly, I know man's up. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10.
Oh.
Their race starts are stupid.
Yeah, they. Hopefully that stays because that's such an advantage.
That needs doping or something.
Doping.
There's got to be some sort of like testosterone involved in that car.
They need like different lights. They
But
need
also-
more of a delay.
Please, just get a new head of strategy.
I'm going to say it. I was having this rant in the pub. This is Ferrari. And this is the thing for about at least a decade, probably longer now. It's been a thing. They're crap at strategy. They always throw things away. You are Ferrari. You're like the team, global brand. Everyone wants to work for you. Why don't you just find the best strategist and just pay them? Just say, throw them all the money that you have. You are Ferrari. They will say yes. Why is this still happening?
What's more meant to me is their hypercar and their WEC team have won the 24 hours of Le Mans like 3 times. If you can manage a strategy over 24 hours, I think you can do like an hour-and-a-half race.
Why? They've always got to be different. They're like that edgy kid. Like, oh, I'll go do that.
Oh, look, it's a VSC. We got a really cheap pit stop here, but both of you, right, just stay out for laughs.
And Lewis was like, why have we stayed out, man?
Lewis and his American accent kicking back in.
One of us should have gone in. I was like, yeah.
Tell him, bro.
Mate, Mercedes double stacked.
I think Mercedes, they've always been, if there's a safety car, even if they don't need to pit, they'll do it anyway.
Did Ferrari just not back themselves? Like, did they think, oh no, too many wheels?
Keep the wheel straight.
I just don't understand why one of them, because that just killed it.
Yeah.
They probably not Lewis, but I think Leclerc could have fought for the win.
Even if you just chuck one of them in, if you're gonna like, I understand some teams have the luxury of being able to double start because, like, one might be, I don't know, third, one might be fifth, and you've got the big enough gap. But even if you just say to Charles, like, right, you come in under VSC, Lewis, you're going to go long, we're going to try something. Then you give us some sort of reason instead of going, should we pit? Nah, why? Vibes, innit? That's literally what every Ferrari strategy is. I'm not even a Ferrari fan. It's so frustrating to watch because, like, George and Charles would literally go in, like, lap for lap. I'll lead, you lead, I'll lead, you lead, I'll lead. And then it's like VSC and Ferrari, like, well, give up. Bored now. Don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know. That killed their chances, didn't it, really?
That car is a rocket ship.
I'm excited.
Your Leclerc prediction might come true.
I think Lewis will get race wins this year.
I think he will.
If it stays like this.
And I think if they can keep up this level of performance and remember they are an F1 team and can make pit stops at different times for everyone else, and they don't have to sort of be edgy and sort of do the right thing, I think we could well see Lewis for another year.
If Lewis wins in a Ferrari, I know he finished first in China in the sprint.
Yeah, that don't count.
Nah, I was going to say that doesn't count. If he wins a
Kevin
full Grand
Magnussen
Prix,
got a sprint pole position. Nobody remembers that.
True. Imagine he won Monza.
I think it'd be better for him to win Silverstone.
Either. They'd be the two, though.
But knowing him, he'd win like Vegas or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's back. 9.
He's Pakistan. P3, Charles Leclerc. Similar story, but I think he was showing the best of Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, he was faster out of the two as well. I think
Probably should have finished second.
Yeah.
With a competent team.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You're saying they were going back and forth. He matched George for pace, so he could have.
I back Charles over Antonelli though.
Yeah, no, but he could have fought George for the win.
Yeah, look, I think it's, and I love this Charles Leclerc George Russell thing because I think Charles is one of, if not probably top 2 drivers on the grid in terms of like just ability to race wheel to wheel. And I think George can be a bit mental when he races wheel to wheel, so it's going to be interesting to see their sort of dynamic. But it's just so refreshing to see Charles Leclerc actually being able to fight at the front of the grid again.
Interestingly, who do you put 1 and 2 racing wheel to wheel?
Probably.
I knew you were going to say him.
Probably Max and Charles.
Wrong.
Why? Who?
Max crashes into you every time you race wheel to wheel.
Yeah, but that's just his style.
What? Just let the brake off and hope.
Go for it.
I will maintain. I will die on this hill. He is not very good at racing wheel to wheel. I don't care if I get stick for that. You can put that as a clip
Give him stick.
because he doesn't. His way is okay. Right, you're showing me a wheel. Okay,
That's going in the podcast trailer.
because and you know what, it works, and the stewards let him do it. But I wouldn't say he's good at racing wheel to wheel. He's just good.
Do you know what I think is quite underrated? Wheel to wheel. Oscar. I think he's one of the best overtakers on the grid when he's not putting in the wall or forgetting how to race.
I think Kimi Antonelli's probably
He's just
up there.
He's just a pocket rocket, isn't he?
I just think he's brave. Yeah, he's brave.
Do you know who he reminds me a bit of? And it's not the namesake. He reminds me a bit of Raikkonen.
Does he?
Yeah.
Why?
Just that do you know when you look at a driver and you just think he's not afraid to do something, but he just looks quick and he just gives you that raw sort of speed vibe. Like I remember when he did his first FP1 in Monza and he put it in the wall. And even from then I was like, this kid's going to go, he's going to be impressive because he's just not afraid of anything.
Yeah, put it in the wall in his first session.
Or he gives me a bit like young Alonso sort of vibes.
Okay.
That a bit fearless for a young person, like
Yeah.
a young driver.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Well, speaking of Kimi Antonelli, actually, Charles Leclerc, rating, go.
I'll give him a 9 as well.
I'll give him a 9.5.
Okay.
Kimi Antonelli, P2.
It is good. I predicted him
Unfortunately,
for the win.
your prodigal thinking and the vision you
My
saw
premonition, yeah.
didn't come true.
No, but it nearly came true.
Yeah.
He actually had quite a bad weekend up until the race.
When did he qualify?
He qualified not P2 and it wasn't P3. Was it
I
P4?
thought he did qualify P2, didn't
No.
he?
Leclerc was P2, wasn't he?
No, Antonelli was P2. Leclerc was P4. He just has a rocket ship from the start.
Oh, no, was it? No, but he crashed in FP3.
Oh, yeah.
And, wrote the car off big time.
He went crash, bang, wallop.
Yeah, which isn't great because that's he can't keep doing that, basically. But the race was good. But he had a bad start.
Yeah,
He fell backwards.
he basically when this is something we saw with Lawson and Colapinto. If you don't get a good release and a good start, your battery doesn't kick in until you do 30 mile an hour. So if you just sit there wheel spinning, or if you just sit there like bad off the start, you get no deployment at all. And Ferrari are just like, yeah, by the way, we can get to 30 mile an hour like that. So
Yeah. It was good, wasn't it? But he also has a very good car underneath him.
did you see Toto's smile during qualifying?
Yeah.
That is the man who knows he's made of rocket ship.
Yeah. Yeah, I think constructors is going to be theirs, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't see them falling over each other. Kimi and George, I think they're smart enough to.
It's too soon as well.
I think Kimi probably a.
There's still respect there, isn't there, between Kimi and George? I think Kimi knows his place.
Yeah, and I also think Kimi knows he's probably got time.
Yeah, I think this really is George's window. Right, do it.
In my opinion, if Mercedes keep this up, George has to win it this year. This is he's in his Lando last season sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Kimi, I'll give him. There's a lot of high ratings this year.
I was going to say, we're being very kind.
But there is, like, it's first race of the season with new regs, you can sort of get away with being kind because expectations are a bit different. I'll give him an 8.
I'll give him an 8.5.
I think he spent a lot of the race in a place he shouldn't be.
Fair enough.
Purely down to that start. He was battling cars he shouldn't be. Like, he was battling like Lindblad and Hadjar for a bit.
Yeah.
Where I think if he probably could have, if he had a better start, it would have been probably a 4-way fight between the four of them at the front. And finally, George Russell. Oh, no, it's not that anymore. You got to do your Tate McRae. And
That is I can't believe that's true.
it's awful.
That is awful.
If you don't know what we're on about the Sky title sequence for this year.
It just doesn't fit at all. It's the sort of song that you'd have on like a tennis.
It's the sort of thing you'd have on an advert.
Yeah. Almost like the F1 film advert.
Oh my God, really? No, genuine.
Whose idea was that?
It's probably the same person who invented Sky Halo.
I was literally just going to say that. I was like, whoever invented Sky Sports Halo has said, yeah, we'll do that.
When is she going to be on the grid? When's Tate McRae going to be?
I don't know why. I didn't really. I was like, who's she? I was wondering, boy, like Danica Patrick or something.
Yeah, get her back. No, she's gone though.
Yeah, she is gone.
Unfortunately.
Has
Anyway.
she picked up anything else?
No, probably not.
Right.
Probably for the best as well.
George.
It's hard to not give him a 9.5, 10.
I won't give him a 10 because he did have fights. He wasn't clear, like unanimous. I don't know. Actually, he was good. Pole, like he always had pole.
Yeah.
Like that was comfortable.
And Mercedes just did the typical Mercedes thing of practice they don't really care about.
Yeah.
Let everyone else get a bit of hope and they're like, yeah, we'll put it on pole.
Yeah, he's just got control, isn't he?
That car looks class. That car looks very good.
Yeah. It is definitely the quickest car.
How nice is it to see Mercedes and Ferrari fighting again?
I'm not getting too ahead of myself with it all.
I would.
I just don't know about Ferrari because I've seen them have good starts too many times. And they always catch up.
Do they though?
McLaren will catch up.
Will they?
Yeah.
Never know.
I think McLaren will catch up.
I think it'd be hard for them not to. I don't think Red Bull will.
No, I don't think so either.
I think they'll bag a win.
Yeah, of course they will. I think they'll win.
They'll probably just win Austria again like they do every year.
Yeah. I'll give George a 9. Another 9.
Give me your biggest winner from this weekend.
Probably Ferrari.
I was going to say Lindblad.
Yeah, it's another valid one.
I'd say Lindblad, Ferrari, or probably F1 in general.
Yeah, could do.
Biggest loser.
Take your pick, really. Could be Piastri. Could be the Williams lot.
I don't think you can give it to Aston because they pretty much just came out and said, please don't expect anything. We're going to be
Yeah,
gash.
they had nothing to win. You can't really say Cadillac either because they're just they were going to be bad.
They're just a new team.
Anyone who didn't think they were going to be bad, just look at history. They were going to be bad. That was clear.
I'd actually maybe Alpine.
I don't know. Points is good.
Yeah, but people expect them to be a lot. People expect them to be fifth quickest car, and
I never believed.
And
that.
they've got 1 point from a weekend where Haas, Audi, and VCarb have all scored more points than them.
Sorry.
Great podcast.
Yeah, no. I think that's a tiny bit harsh. I'll give it to Piastri.
I'll give it to Piastri.
That's honking. Home race. First race of the season.
Home race on a reconnaissance lap.
Yeah, no, that's pretty unforgivable.
It's not pretty unforgivable, that's unforgivable. Right. Let's move in to the Chinese Grand Prix. Historically, a pretty bad race.
Yeah,
Not
we
the
said
biggest.
last year, neither of us are fans of it.
No, I fell asleep during it last year. But this year, I think I'm right in saying it's our first sprint weekend.
Okay. Yay.
Love sprints. Who do you think is going to get sprint pole?
George Russell.
I'm going to go with Charles, so have that.
Okay.
Who's going to win the sprint?
Could be anyone.
I've got a...
We'll go Leclerc.
I got Rogue Show. I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton.
Repeat last year.
I think he's quite strong around this old China circuit.
Yeah, okay.
History seems to back that up. Give me your top 3 for qualifying.
I will go George Russell pole. I think this will be a thing. 'Cause I think he's got...
Is this going to be our new Max Piastri Norris?
No, he's just got control. I think he's just got stuff in the back pocket. He just knows what he's doing.
He's a class lad.
I'll go Russell, Antonelli, and Leclerc.
I will go Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton.
Okay.
I'm backing Lewis for I'd still say that's a good weekend. Getting P3. Give me your top 3 for the race.
I can't really think how Leclerc does round China.
Historically, I think he does. To be fair, historically around China, I think the only drivers who you could back off history are Lewis and Vettel.
Okay.
Except for when Lewis remembers his gravel traps everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say...
And there was that.
Yeah.
And Alex Albon. He went from pit lane to like P5.
Was that when he just got on the Red Bull?
No, that was when he was in Toro Rosso in 2018 or 19. And he absolutely smashed the car in qualifying.
I'm going to go... It is boring, but I just think Russell will win.
Shock.
Sorry.
No fun on this podcast.
No, I'm sorry. I just think...
No need to apologise, mate.
I think that's going to be the case for at least the first few. I think it'll be close, but I'll go Russell, Leclerc, Antonelli.
I will go... Oh, God. P3. I'll go with George. P2, I'll go with, I don't know, Lewis. P1, I'll go with Charles.
You think Ferrari are going to 1-2 it?
I think if they do bring that kebab wing, that we, especially with that long back straight, and I just think they start to, especially with how the first sort of sector goes, if they can scamper off and get away from that melee, which is going to happen at turn 1, I think they can just sort of build from there.
Fair enough.
Give me a biggest good surprise on the weekend. Who do you reckon's going to do classmate who you shouldn't expect to?
I fancy a little Liam Lawson.
I said that last week and it didn't work, so good luck to you.
Yep.
I will go with Isaac Hadjar. P4.
Okay.
Isaac Hadjar in the race.
Nice. I'd like that.
I think he needs it. Well, not needs it, but I think he deserves it after.
He had a good weekend last week.
Yeah, and something that wasn't his fault. His EcoBoost went boom. Wet belt one.
What a turnaround from last year. I just thought about that then. Qualified P3 last year, was like crying because he didn't make the grid.
Yeah,
He crashed out in the wet.
literally the first corner.
Yeah, on the warm-up lap.
Yeah. I think he's going to grow this year in Red Bull. I think he's going to become a very good driver. I think he'll probably be around about the same sort of level as Carlos Sainz. And like
What, as in his like ceiling as a driver?
I don't see him being like world beater.
Okay.
I think he's got one of the, and quite harsh to say, I think he's got one of the lower ceilings of the rookies from last year.
Too soon for that.
I just think there's 3 ahead of him.
Okay.
I think Behrman, Borletto and Antonelli all have higher ceilings.
I will just remind you that the last good crop of rookies was like Albon, Norris, George.
One of them's
At the start of the second year, George was at the back of the grid and never scored a point and looked the worst out the 3.
Yeah, but that was back when Williams may as well have run an F3 car.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
All right.
I think it's too soon.
I don't. Biggest... Did we both do biggest good?
Yeah.
Ajar, you did. Lawson?
Yeah.
Biggest worst surprise? Who do you reckon it's going to be? Gash. Utter wobble.
I could just say Aston Martin.
Oh,
because they will be.
Fun in you.
But I won't. I'll go with who's going to struggle? It's quite a big straight.
Franco Colapinto.
Shock.
Gonna crash twice.
Is that a surprise?
Yeah, for me it is.
I don't rate him.
Shock.
I used to.
I did when he first came into the sport, but that was probably because he was a bit mental.
Yeah, like when he had that cameo, I just thought, yeah, he's got promise.
He would either get like Q3 in about a P6 finish, or he'd put it in the wall every other minute.
But I just don't rate him. I don't think he's good enough.
Or I'll say Colapinto or Audi.
Yeah, you don't think they'll have another good weekend?
I think this is going to be a much more testing for how good your car's going to be.
What, as in?
It's a lot more of a technical track.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Albert Park's a little bit of like a go-kart track.
Yeah.
It's a lot of...
Bit of a one-off.
It's a lot of straight, and a lot of the corners you don't really have to like... A lot of them you can take semi-flat, or they're quite forgiving, whereas China's a bit mental with its corners.
Okay. I'll just go misery compiler. I'll go with Williams again.
I thought you were going to say Oscar Piastri.
No.
Back-to-back reconnaissance lap.
I think McLaren for the first few rounds are going to be like 5th and 6th, quite a lot.
Yeah. It's just how they turn that round then.
Yeah.
Usually the goalpost is like Miami time, innit?
They will. They'll turn it round.
Will they though?
Yeah.
Give me a random prediction.
I hate this. Can we just get rid of this one? Aston Martin will finish the race.
I actually had one for Aston Martin, which is quite sad. Fernando Alonso makes Q2.
He was actually a lot faster than I thought he'd be.
He would have, if Colapinto didn't have a semi-decent lap, he would have made Q2.
He does surprise me every time. I always doubt him, but he is just mustard.
He
is good.
He's class.
He is good.
He's just always, he's not reliable, but you'd back him, wouldn't you?
No, I never do. I never learn. I never back him. I've predicted that he'd be off the grid about 3 years in a row, and he's always there, and he always overperforms.
Yeah, but the predicting him to be off the grid thing is just like a surely he can't carry on, I guess.
No, I just don't. For some reason, I always just forget that he's so good. I think it's because like it's ingrained because him and Lewis have just never fully liked each other.
Well, you're still
Yeah,
bitter.
I just think sometimes I just look at him and just think, you're a knob, mate. So I just don't like him.
Well, that has been our Australian Grand Prix review.
That's how we end it.
Yeah, we do. Calling Fernando Alonso a knob.
Okay.
And our Chinese Grand Prix predictions. We will be back next week for the review of the Chinese Grand Prix, and we will have to come up with a special because there is a week between the Chinese and Japanese Grand Prix.
Helmets.
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 Helmet, no Marco, mate.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. But if you have enjoyed listening to this on Spotify or watching on YouTube, whatever you are viewing us on, don't forget to drop us a like and a subscribe or a follow. The support over the off season and coming into the season is being hugely appreciated. And as always, I have been Max.
I've been Reef.
And this has been the Push to Pass F1 podcast.